Hey YouTubers, welcome to Do Random 84's channel. Today I want to talk to you about a fragile subject which is titled, I think it will be titled, Are We Overpopulated? Is the World Doomed? I want this to be a new video series on things that bother me. There's a lot on this subject. If you just Google it, are we overpopulated? And there's tons and tons of information online. But I don't think many people care, or they just don't want to think about it, and they just want to continue the way they are, thinking that's not a problem. Now I want to run some numbers by you quickly. They're just rough figures, but 150,000 deaths, 350,000 births a day, 150,000 deaths, and 350,000 births every single day. Around that mark, and around 80 million born a year. The world's population is around 7 billion, and by the year 2050 we're looking at around 9 billion, and we're already struggling as we are. Now, are we overpopulated? Well, you can fit many people in a room. It's not about how many people are on the planet, it's about how much we consume. You can have 20 people in a tiny room, sure, but can you feed and support that amount? Which is no. There are people struggling out there for water already, and water on the planet isn't getting any bigger. I mean, water is the same as it was years and years ago. We're consuming more, but there's no more being made. So 350,000 births a day, and there's people out there who believe in religions that say they don't support birth control. Even though there's a water shortage and they're struggling to feed and help themselves, they still have children. And how do you tell a woman or a family that they can't have kids because we are overpopulated or we don't have enough resources? People aren't going to listen. They're not listening now when we're struggling. Why would they listen when there's nothing left at all, and people are killing themselves, and everything's in chaos? I don't think there's enough insight, or people lack the knowledge that we can't continue this way. And there's religions, the Muslims are pretty much guaranteed to have kids. It's part of their religion that they have a family, a big family, and how do you stop that from happening? You can't. Or maybe we're just too greedy. We take more than what we need. Of course we do, because we can. Plus, I live in the UK and we give out child benefit. And a lot of young girls, women, around the age of 19, 18, they want to get out of the house, of the parents' house, and they met a boy and they want a kid. And they know that they're going to get support. And a lot of people do use kids because they know it's their meal ticket. When I work in retail, and I remember there was a milk formula shortage. There was just too much demand, and they couldn't make enough fast enough. So, what's going to happen? We're 7 billion now, 9 billion in 2050. There's no way. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to happen. We're all doomed, pretty much. Or we're just going to have to stop consuming so much, which we're not gonna. So it's going to be complete chaos. 80 million born a year. They're going to need food, water, they're going to want a car, they're going to want a mobile phone, they're going to want all these things that we're finding it hard to supply now. And I work in retail, like I said, and we have a food section, and I throw away some of that daily. So I remember when it got really bad, I threw away around 170 pounds worth, pounds in money, and there's over 2,000 stores of the one I work in. So if everyone's doing that, we're wasting so much. And I think the government knows about it. Of course they know. There's a plan, and the plan that I'm thinking of is seen as a conspiracy, but I believe it to be true. There's this conspiracy thing around saying that the plan is to eliminate around 90% of the population. The people in power are thinking of themselves. The people in true power are the narcissists, and they only think about themselves. We're just consumers and breeders, and I don't understand why this is still happening. But again, how do you tell somebody that they can't have a kid? How you can stop people from taking more than what they need? The population didn't really rise until around the 1800s. Our accomplishments in creating cures and living longer have actually hurt us in a way that there's not so many deaths and there's not so many diseases, and we're done. We're doomed. But seriously, what is the plan? If the conspiracy plan isn't real and it's just people being silly, then the government, the people in power, they're not stupid. They know this. So what is the plan? The only way around it is to lower the population. If on the news it said tomorrow, stop consuming so much, don't have as many kids, how many people are going to stick to that? We're going to be at war soon. You notice the increase in survival games and survival movies and series out there. All these are zombie apocalypse and stuff like that. Maybe that's preparing us for what's to come, huh? Maybe not the zombies, but it's going to be every man for himself soon. And if you don't want to go down that road and have to fight off somebody to feed your own family, we have to act now. But we won't. Come 2050, or probably sooner than that, things are just going to get worse. Well, thanks for listening to this depressing video. If you have anything to say on the matter, even if it's negative or it's trolling, it's your call. Peace.